Dan Bernstein and Jason Goff present Who's Your Guy?
Who's your guy?
Running back Ezekiel Elliott.
Feed Elliott. Coming right. 50-yard line and sprinting. He's going 20 and 10. Zeke Elliott, 60 yards.
My guy is Hunter Henry, tight end, Arkansas.
Back goes Rivers. Gates is double teamed. They put it to the other side. Touchdown, Hunter Henry.
Mississippi State quarterback Dak Prescott.
And the snap to Prescott, and it's an option keep. And Prescott around the right side. And Prescott walks the dog. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Hey, my guy is DeAndre Hall, free safety, University of Northern Iowa.
Slot right, 3 receivers for the Lions. 4:10 to play, snap is back. Pocket's clean, throws right, and it's intercepted far side of the field, and it's taken away by DeAndre Hall, the rookie out of Northern Iowa.
There you have it. Some of last year's names, some of last year's plays, and we covered how many people last year? Total 70-some, 80-some players on this segment? 83. There you go. So let's get right to it. Thanks to the NFL Draft 2017 preview put together by I think there's 3 people that make up Nolan Nawrocki because of all the work that he ends up having to do with this voluminous account. But we will get started. We do have 2 lines open, 312-644-6767. Greg in Lamont, you are on the score. Who's your guy?
My guy is Jamal Adams, safety, LSU.
Jamal Adams.
My guy.
Stands 5'11 and 3/4. He weighs 214. Strengths.
Christosinesti, Alathosinesti.
Outstanding size and functional strength, plays with superb eye discipline, has an intricate understanding of defensive concepts and where everyone lines up, very good reactive quickness, plays with a sense of urgency and strikes with authority, will separate receivers from the ball and invoke fear with presence. Like he gives you presents. Would you like a present? I'll be very afraid. Flies to the ball. Is extremely physical in the box with explosive striking power, good zone eyes, and awareness to sort out what he sees. Drives hard on the thrown ball. Is aggressive playing it in the air. Exceptional football intelligence and football character. Very strong back-end communicator and vocal team leader. Makes calls and adjustments and lines up the secondary as he very noticeably can be seen doing. Film junkie. Alpha male leadership qualities, excels as a jammer on punt return and gunner on punt coverage, and is very physical. Yet, there are weaknesses.
He does toast them.
What does that mean?
Has a 31.5-inch vertical jump, indicative of below-average lower body explosion. Just adequate long speed, revealing average speed to play deep middle coverage. At times will trust his instincts too much, can get caught peeking and bite on routes. Could have some struggles matching up with long-bodied tight ends and receivers in man coverage with limited leaping ability to climb the ladder. Produced only 5 career interceptions, which is 1 in 2016, playing more in the box. In general, a tough, physical, in-the-box hammer with enough back-end coverage ability to function in center field, though always will be best suited in the box, playing a mini linebacker role, taking away the run game, and trading wits, matching audibles with savvy quarterbacks. Instant impact day one starter with perennial Pro Bowl potential. The projection, a top 15 pick. That is LSU strong safety, Jamal Adams.
I think he has a chance of being the best defensive player in this draft, including Myles Garrett.
John in Bradley is on the score. John, who's your guy?
Joshua Dobbs, quarterback, University of Tennessee.
We went from very good to very, very bad.
Well, just you wait, Mr. Man.
Aviation guy, though. He's a guy that likes to fly, Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs, Tennessee quarterback, 6'3 and 3/8, weighs 216. Here are his strengths.
I did not hit her. It's not true. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Good release quickness, snaps the ball with fluidity, can manipulate his arm and throwing platform, and deliver from a variety of angles. Good balance and body control, very good athlete, creates some magic in the pocket, eluding the rush, flashes playmaking ability, and consistently extends plays with his feet. Fastest 3-cone drill time of any quarterback at the combine. Indicative of very good agility and hip flexibility. Extremely intelligent, outstanding personal and football character, very humble, with an even-keeled demeanor, not easily rattled, physically tough, and durable. had a .657 career winning percentage in 35 games. Yet, there are weaknesses.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, you can say that again.
How long you got here?
Has a thin frame and average hand size. Needs to take better care of the football. 30 career fumbles.
Agreed.
Operated primarily out of the shotgun, is still adapting to taking drops from underneath center and learning how to diagnose coverages. Developing trigger man. Still takes too many chances fitting the ball into tight man coverage. Ball placement could stand to improve. Footwork and mechanics could use more refinement. Almost too intellectual processing what he sees. Overanalyzes the game. In summary, a thin-framed, quick-footed, rubber-armed quarterback with natural leadership qualities and a developing calmness in his play. Scouts remained concerned that Dobbs is more smart than instinctive, consequently will require patience to become more of a quick decision-maker than overthinking processor. Played his best ball late in the season, very driven to succeed, more of a thrower than a passer, has upside if he can be paired with a nurturing coach willing to teach him the nuances, could bring sustainable value to a stable franchise, and emerge in 3 years as a solid NFL starter. Josh Dobbs, Tennessee quarterback, a projected 3rd to 4th round pick.
Yeah, he's going to make a lot of money in the NFL as a backup for a couple of years, and then he's going to make a ton of money outside of the NFL as an aerospace engineer. He's an incredibly smart young man. I just don't want him ever being under center for my favorite football team.
Corey in Richmond Park, you're on the score. Corey, I have a question for you, and you have the answer. Who's your guy?
My guy is Dalvin Cook, running back, Florida State University.
All right.
Too crimey.
That's not what it says.
Not Crimea, but crimey.
Dalvin Cook, 5'10" and 3/8, weighs 210. Strengths.
She may be a vegetarian, but she's still full of baloney in my book.
Very decisive runner, good wide peripheral vision, can take the corner with ease, fine run strength and balance to keep his feet through traffic and handle running inside. Surprisingly good base strength to consistently churn through contact and accelerate out of it, breaking many tackles using a stutter step and short area burst. Explosive big play ability, plays faster than timed speed, can spin off contact, creates a lot of extra yardage with subtle cutbacks, sets up blockers well, converts speed to power, extremely productive against top competition. Very quick healer, is physically tough, will play through injuries. Weaknesses.
He has the grace of a swan, the wisdom of an owl, and the eye of an eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is for the birds.
Is not built to withstand a heavy workload between the tackles and grind out tough yardage, dips his head too much inside, negating his vision, will flag the ball away from his body while making sharp cuts in the open field, needs to do a better job of keeping it high and tight and securing it, fumbled every 59 touches. Rigid route runner, shows some upper body stiffness adjusting to the thrown ball, resulting in drops. Tight in the hips, lacks fluidity changing direction. Slowest 20-yard shuttle among the slowest 3-cone drill times at the combine. Recorded a 30.5-inch vertical jump, indicating marginal lower body explosion. Multiple shoulder surgeries that invite closer scrutiny, not used heavily in pass protection, has not shown the desire to handle blocking, has run into a string of off-field issues, and character must be vetted closely.
Yes.
The summary: Cook does his best work running outside, most ideally suited for a stretch zone running game such as the Seahawks, Packers, or Redskins, or Bears. Explosive big play ability, head dipping on contact, and background and medical history are reminiscent of Titans 2008 first-round pick Chris Johnson, though Cook is stronger, more compact, and not as explosive. History of off-field and durability issues could diminish draft value. Still, a projected first-round pick. Florida State running back, Dalvin Cook.
My guy Christian McCaffrey just jumped him in a couple of the mock drafts that I saw today. So, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. This is a guy who everybody thought was going to be right there for the Heisman. Had an up-and-down season, but it's going to make some money in the NFL, though.
Tim in Manhattan, you are on the score on Bernstein and Goff. Who's your guy?
My guy is Alabama defensive lineman Jonathan Allen. Roll damn Tide. Roll damn Tide.
I knew that was coming. Jonathan Allen, who's listed as a 3 technique, a nose, and 5 technique. 6'2" and 5/8, 286. There's a lot here. Strengths.
Gilbert Godfrey, one of my best friends. I love Gilbert. When you go to the men's room later, you'll see a sign that says, "Gentlemen, pay no heed, go right in."
Extremely strong at the point of attack, can press off blocks and set the edge with ease. Outstanding awareness and football instincts. Locates the ball instantly. Has a pass rush plan to beat blockers. Strong and effortful to flatten down the line and make plays in pursuit. Very good initial quickness off the ball to pierce gaps. That was actually his line coach, was Pierce Gaps. Can convert speed to power and bull blockers into the backfield with leverage. Excellent career sack production is a tribute to his motor and burst. Registered a very low 1.69 second 10-yard split that ranks tied for second among defensive tackles. Outstanding initial quickness to disrupt gaps. His 7.49 second three-cone ranked best among all defensive tackles. Exceptional lateral agility. Uses his hands with violence. Plays heavy-handed. Displays a variety of pass rush moves: swim, dip, club, stutter step, dive, duck, dodge, dive, and dodge.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Consistently productive, 3-year starter in the Southeastern Conference, very smart and football smart, will represent a community with class. Scheme diverse, can play the piano across the defensive line. Weaknesses.
Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one. A well. They want to murder you in a well.
Lacks ideal arm length for an end and an odd front. At times will give some ground versus double teams. Is not a dynamic, hipped, creative pass rusher. Bench pressed 225 only 21 times and is still recovering his strength. Was surrounded by an extremely talented 2-deep rotation that keeps the defensive line unusually fresh. Durability needs to be evaluated carefully following shoulder surgeries on both sides earlier in his college career. His future is a very good football player with a versatility, football character, and toughness to make an immediate impact rushing the passer. Most ideally suited for a role inside as a one-gapping under tackle in a 40 front, though he has the base strength to stack the line, read and react in a 2-gapping 30 front. Similar skill set to Buccaneers 2010 third overall pick Gerald McCoy.
I was going to say.
With the quickness, instincts, and pass rush skill to become a perennial Pro Bowl player in a Tampa 2 defense.
There's a lot of comparisons to McCoy and Aaron Donald's get off and Geno Atkins and guys like that.
And when you're talking Aaron Donald get off, let's slow our roll a little bit. But he is
somebody had to do it before Aaron Donald, right?
A projected top 10 cinch. That's Jonathan Allen, the defensive lineman from Alabama. So we'll do more.
Roll down Tide.
On the other side of the Chicago Baseball Game Day schedule presented by Mariano's. Cubs, Brewers, White Sox at Yankees. Chicago Baseball schedule brought to you by Mariano's. Sign up today for Mariano's new and improved rewards card. Save store-wide with personalized coupons. Earn free coffee, sushi, and more at their specialty shops. Share discounted Mariano's gift cards with friends and family. Lines open 312-644-6767. Who's Your Guy continues next on The Score. All right, couple more segments of Who's Your Guy for the first time through. And what the first round is, what, Thursday night? Is that right?
27th.
Oh, the 27th. So what's today? Where are we? Oh, so we start, good. We're full 10 days early on this. Okay, outstanding. We'll be able to get through a ton. John in Naperville is next, and I ask him on The Score, who's your guy, John?
Donnell Pumphrey, from San Diego State.
Sounded like he was doing the intros for the game. Donnell Pumphrey, School of Hard Knocks.
Donnell Pumphrey, San Diego State running back, is 5'8" and a quarter, weighs 176.
Little guy.
Strengths.
Sorry you had to sit through this. I really am.
This really sucks.
Extremely competitive, determined, decisive runner, knack for finding small creases and squirting through cracks to find open space. Good functional play speed to the perimeter and gear change to plant his foot in the dirt and redirect. Recorded a 1.5 second 10-yard split, tied for the fastest among backs. Exceptional short area burst. Good spin move in the hole. Knack for avoiding tacklers with subtle jab steps and short area burst. Consistently produces chunk runs. Ouch. Surprisingly strong stiff arm for a small back. Aligns in the slot at times. Has quickness to create some separation and get open. Proven he can handle a heavy workload. Very durable, playing through hand and ankle injuries. Never missing any time. Exceptional career production. The game is very important to him. Weaknesses.
What's that? Is that Danny's blog?
John the Rock Mamola is a weekend host on The Score Radio and writes a blog called The Rock Report.
And that's news. Skinny framed and smallish with short arms, very small hands. both the smallest of any back at the combine. Lacks run strength and power, does not have bulk to withstand the grind of running inside, only bench pressed 225 pounds, a combine low 5 times.
So you'd be drafting Rosner, is pretty much what this is telling you.
Loves pizza puffs. Tends to drift in his routes, is not a crafty or refined route runner. Extremely small catching radius. Is shown with the smallest wingspan of any skill player at the combine. Even more noticeable by difficulty of quarterbacks connecting and passing drills. Underpowered blocker, no anchor strength, was not regularly challenged against top competition, is not a dynamic return man. So it's a sort of complicated assessment here. On paper, measurables look like a free agent. On the field, had the production of a future All-Pro, running with relentless determination that refused to be denied. More quick than fast, Pumphrey's a very good football player with the wiring and all-around utility to earn a multi-purpose role as a specialty back, slot receiver, punt returner in the pros, would be optimized playing for creative offensive minds, such as those in New Orleans, Kansas City, or Philadelphia, projected to be a 4th to 5th round pick. It's an interesting scouting report for San Diego State running back Donnell Pumphrey.
300 touches 3 straight years. Actually, 400 touches his last year. So, I mean, this guy's taking a beating at San Diego State.
Elliot in Elgin is on the score. Elliot in Elgin, answer the question, who's your guy?
Wide receiver from the Clemson football team, Mike Williams.
Well, the football team would be a good place to start when you're looking for a wide receiver, because finding one on the water polo team, maybe not so much. Mike Williams, 6'3" and 5/8, weighs 218. Strengths.
And I'm a Jew.
Rare size, body control, and catching radius to extend outside his frame and pluck the ball out of the air. Excellent arm and body length. Very good athlete. Strength to fend off the jam. Has strong hands and the physicality to post up defensive backs, win jump balls, and create mismatches in the red zone. Feasts on back shoulder throws. Climbs the ladder. Plucks the ball out of the air. Superb tracking and adjusting to the ball. Very good concentration. Functional run strength after the catch. Competitive blocker with the size to cover up defensive backs in the run game. Weaknesses. Lacks top-end speed to create consistent vertical separation and outrun cornerbacks. Many of his catches are contested. Mistimes jumps. Often catches the ball while descending. Needs to learn how to diagnose coverages. Could stand to improve his route precision and understanding of where the sticks are and where members of sticks are. Blocking effort could stand to improve. Does not dominate the run game the way he's capable. Injury history must be evaluated carefully. In summary, a big, strong, athletic target with a hand strength, body control, and catching radius to contribute readily in the pros and make an inaccurate quarterback look good. Durability has been an issue throughout college, could linger into the pros, has the length, body control, and catch radius to readily emerge as a number 2 receiver, though he lacks the downfield speed and playmaking ability after the catch expected of a true number 1. Still, a projected first-round pick, Clemson wide receiver Mike Williams.
Sounds a lot like Alshon Jeffrey, doesn't he?
A little more after an update.
Scoreboard update.
Yeah, if you guys have time, you can maybe get to my guy, Dan, who is Bradley Northnagel out of California. You can
see if we can get to that.
It doesn't sound very optimistic, but I won't be listening.
Matty Bradley Northnagel, a priority free agent, the long snapper out of Cal. So I want to make sure you get your.
So he's not a draftable guy?
No, priority free agent, long snapper.
Man, I thought he was a first round guy.
No, sorry.
Thank you, Dan, for checking.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that very much.
I know.
Very kind of you.
The music's for you too, obviously.
What is it?
It's something involving fresh.
Oh, okay.
Ben in Winthrop Harbor, you're on the score. Who's your guy, Ben?
My guy is quarterback from the University of Miami Hurricanes, Brad Kaya.
Brad Kaya. I was actually watching him.
Felicia's son.
Watching him with John Gruden. Yeah, the son of Felicia from the movie Friday, right?
By Felicia.
6'3" and 7/8, weighs 214. Strengths.
Hey, Dan Magnet.
Experienced 3-year starter, confident decision maker, carries a swagger and a dagger. Has worked from under center. and in the shotgun in multiple offenses, including a pro-style set featuring progression reads and pro-style concepts. It showed in his footwork at the Combine. Has enough arm strength to make all the throws, with a knack for making back shoulder throws and delivering the deep fade. Consistently finds open throwing lanes, only had 2 batted passes in 2016. Delivers the ball under duress with defenders at his feet and sidesteps the initial wave of pressure. Fine footwork in the pocket, good football intelligence. Weaknesses.
Goodbye, Felicia.
Has an elongated slingshot delivery with some upper body stiffness and tightness in his throwing motion. Struggles to hasten his delivery on the move. Barely adequate foot speed to effectively roll out and play with precision outside the pocket or make plays with his feet. Gets tracked down. Tends to throw a flat, deep ball between the numbers. Needs to learn to use more touch on posts, seams, and crossing routes. Does not stand tall in the pocket or feel backside pressure well. Well, who does? And really labors to escape it. Was surrounded by a strong supporting cast that produced highly after the catch and made his receivers work too hard for the ball. Frequently checks down, does not have an advanced understanding of cycling through progressions. In sum, an efficient pocket passer lacking the arm and escapability desired in a frontline starter, yet possesses ample pro-style experience, clean footwork, and functional decision-making to survive with a talented supporting cast. Has some similarities to A.J. McCarron. Operated multiple offenses in college, could benefit from running the same system for an extended time in the NFL. Brad Kaya, the former Miami quarterback, projects as a 4th to 5th round pick. You say we do one more, Chris? Got time for that? Let's do that. And this is Reed in Kankakee. Hello, Reed. Welcome to The Score. Who's your guy?
My guy is Washington safety, Budda Baker.
Ooh, I like him. I look forward to reading this. Budda Baker, I've seen in some mock drafts getting to the Bears in the second round, and he's listed as a free safety and nickel cornerback. Budda Baker, 5'9" and 5/8, weighs 195. Strengths.
Which Bears player holds the franchise record for sacks in a season?
Brian Urlacher.
Richard Dent. The sack man. The guy's name's the sack man, Jose.
You're right.
The sack man's his name.
Sack machine.
There was so
Never
much of
not
that.
Funny.
So much of it. The you're right. The fact that he immediately said Urlacher and then he didn't understand that his nickname is not Sack Machine.
Sheepishly. I know you got me. Sack Machine.
It's a classic. All right, Budda Baker, strengths. Experienced 3-year starter, is fluid, flipping his hips and transitioning out of his breaks. Has NFL cornerback movement skills at the free safety position. Alert to read route combinations, competes for the ball in the air, is more instinctive in coverage than his ball production would suggest. Aggressive playing the run, plays bigger than his size, can drop from high to low, and secure open field tackles. Weaknesses.
Yep, LeBron is now a Bull.
Marginal height and bulk with a body that's taken a beating. Measured 13.2% body fat at the Combine, among the highest of defensive backs, indicative of a lack of endurance. The lowest vertical jump of any free safety at the Combine, subpar lower body explosion, average tackling power, natty ankle biter, often shoots low. Has only 5 career interceptions. The sum total, an instinctive nickel safety in a similar mold as Tyrann Mathieu, though not the same instinctive playmaking ball hawk, could carve out a niche manning slot receivers in nickel situations and roaming the back end on rundowns. Greatest concern is his ability to stay healthy, given his narrow frame. He's projected as a 2nd to 3rd round pick. That is Washington defensive back Budda Baker.
Yeah, got a lot of Bob Sanders to his game. Poor man's Earl Thomas. That entire secondary is going to go and make some plays in the NFL. That Washington secondary was fun to watch.
That is today's Who's Your Guy You Didn't Get On Today. We're going to be doing a lot more of this leading you up to the draft, so just be prepared.
Dan Bernstein and Jason Goff present Who's Your Guy?
Greg in Lamont, you are on The Score. Who's your guy?
My guy is Jamal Adams, safety, LSU.
Joshua Dobbs, quarterback, University of Tennessee.
My guy is Dalvin Cook,
running back, Florida State University.
My guy is Alabama defensive lineman Jonathan Allen. Roll damn Tide.
Donnell Pumphrey, San Diego State.
Elliot in Elgin, answer the question, who's your guy?
Wide receiver from the Clemson football team, Mike Williams.
My guy is quarterback from the University of Miami Hurricanes, Brad Kaya.
Reed in Kankakee, who's your guy?
My guy is Washington safety, Buda Baker.
That's what we're doing. Let's get right back to it as we can learn all we need to know, or much of what we need to know about potential Bears, potential NFLers, thanks to Nolan Nawrocki's NFL Draft 2017 preview that is now available. We will start in Iowa City, Iowa. This is Brad. He is on the score. Brad, who's your guy?
Hey, Dan. My guy is Desmond King, cornerback, University of Iowa.
Not surprised. He picked an Iowa player. He is listed as nickel cornerback, free safety, return specialist, Desmond King. 5'9" and 7/8", weighs 201 pounds. Strengths.
Put Sednick, Ramirez, and Dye all night long, folks. We're going to have lead-ins to and from the innings with tribute to Michael Jackson. Had the service today at Staples Center in Los Angeles. The king of pop. As a musician, I loved his work. The other things, not so much. Allegedly.
Outstanding ball skills and hands, natural interceptor. With a good body control and balance to adjust to the thrown ball, good eyes and anticipation to sort out routes and zone coverage, see the quarterback and drive on the ball. Reads routes, stays in the hip pocket of receivers in short areas. Strong hands to press receivers with subtle hand use to keep positioning. Secure tackler, quick to fill against the run, extremely competitive, very durable 4-year starter, has return skills. Weaknesses. Lacks ideal strength, a bit tight and upright in his back pedal, limited recovery speed, fights to keep stride with average receivers, shows average burst transitioning at the top of routes, too handsy, could have some man coverage limitations in the pros, still immature, learning what it means to be a pro. The summary, a tough, confident zone corner. Most ideally suited for a nickel role, lacks ideal length and long speed desired in a starter, yet carries the swagger and possesses the cover instincts, ball skills, and eye discipline to make an impact for an aggressive ball-hawking secondary, such as that of the Cardinals, Giants, Panthers, or Chiefs, could warrant some interest as a safety. A projected 2nd to 3rd round pick. Iowa defensive back, Desmond King. Jason is in Warrenville. He's on the score. Hello, Jason. I have a question for you, and I bet you know it. It's who's your guy?
My guy is Corey Davis, receiver from West.
Oop, cut him off. Sorry. I didn't mean that. Apologize for that. Corey Davis, wide receiver from Western Michigan. Corey Davis stands... Wait, is that the right
on his
page?
2 feet.
No, is it
on his own, damn it.
This is going great. Right page? Yeah, here he is. 6'2" and 3/4. He weighs 209 pounds. Strengths.
Bernie Sanders is a racist. Is not a racist. Is a socialist.
Very good body and arm length. Big zone target. Concentrates, tracks, and adjusts. Soft hands and strong fingers. Good leaping ability to high point and battle for the ball. Opens his stride in the clear. Can create some downfield separation. Intensely competitive. Plays very hard. Prepares like a pro. Leads with his diligence in all facets of the game. From the weight room to the practice field to the film room. Respected team leader. Functional, willing blocker. Experienced 4-year starter. Exceptional career production. Has shown he could match up against better competition. Weaknesses.
I am tired.
Has small hands. Wait. They said he had soft hands and strong fingers. But his hands are small, apparently. He made 11 drops as a senior, could be challenged by a case of the drops in the pros. At times presses, tries to do too much, lacks true vertical speed, has some tightness in his hips, does not transition cleanly out of his breaks. Production is padded from regularly matching up against Mid-American Conference competition that seldom challenged him at the line of scrimmage, does not consistently sustain as a blocker. In total... big-time mid-major producer with some similarities to number 2 NFL receivers such as Jordan Matthews and Terrence Williams, has the gritty competitiveness to contribute readily and earn a starting job in the pros, though could struggle to surpass a ceiling of a number 2, could require some patience. Still a projected top 50 pick, Western Michigan wide receiver, Corey Davis.
We have some breaking news here. According to CBS News, fitness guru Richard Simmons is hospitalized for indigestion. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Matt. Hospitalized for indigestion?
That's what it says.
You know who we need to get him on the phone with? John Madden.
We got to raise his awareness of indigestion, right? And Anthony Herrera. Wait, why is that breaking news?
I don't know. Oh, why not?
Hospitalized for indigestion.
Yeah, tummy ache.
Okay. Jim in New Lenox is on the score. Jim, who's your guy?
The 815 guy is quarterback DeShone Kizer from Notre Dame.
You can't represent all the 815. This is your.
He does.
Fine. Okay. DeShone Kizer, quarterback, 6'4" and 1/4, weighs 233. Strengths.
I had the opportunity to meet with a number of residents of Flint, had a town meeting in Flint, and I have to tell you, what I heard and what I saw literally shattered me.
Ouch. Excellent size, fine movement skill for a big man. Extends plays with his feet, scans the field well outside the pocket, can zip the ball into tight spots, make every NFL throw, and effortlessly uncork at 70 yards. Good pocket strength, can hasten his release, get rid of it quickly when needed. Good run skill on design quarterback draws and zone reads. I hate this word, very articulate during the interview process at the combine. It's a button pusher for me. Weaknesses.
He fans me off again, I want him removed. I'm not looking at you.
Marginal pocket poise. Easily rattled, drops his eyes to the rush when live bullets start flying. Lack of timing and anticipation negates accuracy, is late to release the ball, misses too many wide-open receivers, takes needless sacks, recorded the slowest 10-yard split, 20-yard shuttle, and 3-cone drill of any quarterback at the combine. Leads receivers into traffic, will force it into double coverage, pressing, trying to do too much. Footwork requires refinement. Base tends to widen and diminish ball velocity. Operates heavily out of the gun, will need to acclimate to playing under center. Very young, immature, susceptible to the trappings of the game. Has not demonstrated the competitive will to win or take charge leadership that great quarterbacks possess. Too often approaches the game as if he's already made it, and will need to learn what it means to work like a pro and succeed. The future projection, a big pocket passer likely to be overdrafted on upside. Kizer looks every bit the part with a hose of an arm and all the physical talent needed to thrive. Yet he has not shown the accuracy, anticipation, passing instincts, or all-in wiring desired in an NFL starter. Could struggle to sustain more than flashes of success. And unless he learns to appreciate the nuances of preparation, a boom or bust prospect that could disappoint a team with grand expectations. Played better in 2015 with a stronger supporting cast that featured a top 10 left tackle and first-round receiver than he did in 2016. Similar talent to Blaine Gabbert, who has a different head coach, offensive coordinator, and quarterback coach in each of his 6 seasons in the NFL and struggled to find stability after entering the NFL as a 21-year-old sophomore. Draft projection for DeShone Kizer, top 50 pick. But it does not sound like Nolan Nawrocki is a big fan. This is Rob in Palatine. Rob, you're on Sports Radio 670, and it's your turn to answer this very simple 3-word question. Who's your guy?
My guy is James Conner, Pittsburgh running back.
James Conner. I've not heard much about the Pittsburgh running back. He's 6'1.5", weighs 233. Strengths.
I'm having a great time.
Slams into the line with authority, is a load to tackle, barreling over linebackers and punishing tacklers. Very good lower body strength, base, and balance to absorb contact and continue driving. Has fairly nifty feet for as big as he is. Can make subtle cuts to sidestep tacklers. Strong, willing, face-up blocker. Natural hands. Yeah, the artificial ones don't work so well. Flashes a strong stiff arm, determined weight room worker, inspirational leader, respected community worker, has represented the program with class. Weaknesses.
Syracuse back from the dead on Easter Sunday.
Tight-hipped, runs a bit upright and segmented. Limited burst and acceleration to make defenders miss. Lacks top-end speed to take the corner or pull away in the open field. Could struggle to create separation in man coverage. Weight climbed past 250 earlier in his career and has fluctuated. Was far more productive in 2014 than upon his return from beating cancer in 2016, and is still working back to early form. The overall projection, a powerful between-the-tackles chunk runner, Conner showed rare mental strength to continue training through winter conditioning while overcoming cancer. Has the bulk strength, balance, patience, and sheer power to earn a starter's job for a physical downhill running game such as the Steelers, Bears, or Ravens. similar to Patriots' 2011 fifth-round pick and offensive tackle Marcus Cannon, who was found to have cancer prior to the draft at a time when some teams had graded him as a first-round talent. The looming risk of cancer returning could push down Connor's draft stock and provide even greater motivation to a very determined runner to return with a vengeance. That's a complicated scouting report. He is a projected 4th to 5th round pick. That's Pittsburgh running back James Conner.
Hey, listen to this. This is real quick. Bob Nightingale's Twitter account.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you read things incorrectly or interpret them incorrectly. Josh Harrison and Pirates teammates laud Sterling Marte for having courage to address teammates. Quote, "It would have been easy to hide," end quote. And I was like, he can't hide for an 80-game suspension. They're going to know he's not there.
Right.
Where have you been?
Fishing?
Dude, you missed the last 80 games.
I have? I hope this isn't the same Greg in Lamont.
I hope it is.
Yesterday, but it might be. He's on the score. Greg?
Hi, Greg. I hope you're the same Greg from Lamont.
Why can't it be the same one?
I thought we had a rule, but not sure.
Who's your guy, Greg?
All right. Well, my guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that we don't.
What did he call you, Richard Head?
No, I think he's cool. Tanny just wanted to blow him out of the water. All right, we'll load up another bank of calls here for another segment of Who's Your Guy? That's what we're doing. It's pre-draft. It's the Scores Afternoon Show, doing what it do on Sports Radio 670, the Chicago Baseball Game Day schedule presented by Mariano's. It's Cubs, Brewers, White Sox, and Yankees. Baseball schedule brought to you by Mariano's. Sign up today for Mariano's new and improved rewards card. Save store-wide with personalized coupons, earn free coffee, sushi, and more at these specialty shops. Share discounted Mariano's gift cards with friends and family. More to come. Keep it here. Got the Score. Checking off names on our draft scouting report list, the NFL Draft 2017 Nolan Nawrocki scouting reports. Boy, that Deshaun Kaiser one gives you some pause with some of that stuff, especially with the history that he's had with Geno Smith and with Cam Newton. That one is going to be considered alongside those. That's the one that's sort of resonating with me right now. But John in Streamwood is on Who's Your Guy on the Score, and he will answer that question. John.
Hey, guys. My guy is Kenny Galladay from the Northern Illinois University.
Kenny Galladay is 6'4", weighs 218. Strengths.
We're going to have a team that's selfish and undisciplined.
Oh, yes, you are. Exceptional size, looks the part with a big frame, good arm length, strong hands to fight off press coverage. Bench press 225 18 times at the combine, has good run strength to push through contact, wide catching radius to factor in the red zone, good in-air body adjustments to make difficult grabs, tracks the deep ball well, physical blocker with tenacity to finish, will go hunting linebackers on crackbacks. And hunting linebackers on crack, too. Weaknesses.
I met Martellus' father, and I appreciate the kind words, but he's got a father who's a heck of a man and is a father too.
Oh, boy, that guy.
Dr. Death.
Jeez.
Banished to Canada. Body stiffness shows in his routes with tight hips and long legs that create some difficulty bending and breaking off his routes cleanly. Does not separate with savvy. Needs to learn how to sell his routes better to uncover. Has a tendency to let the ball into his body and basket catch. Does not make many tacklers miss after the catch. The total, big, tall, lean, linear athlete with great length and enough foot speed to factor vertically outside the numbers where he's best. Has a special teams temperament and the physicality to earn more playing time as a receiver for his blocking ability. Kenny Galladay from Northern Illinois is a projected 4th to 5th round pick. Bartlett and Tiger on the Score. Tiger, who's your guy?
My guy is Adam Shaheen, tight end from Ashland University.
The much-discussed Adam Shaheen from tiny little Ashland University. He's 6'6.5" and weighs 278.
Oh, yeah, he's a tough bastard.
Strengths.
Early on, we didn't have a jugs machine, and I said, I'll be your jugs machine after practice make sure you get the 20 or 30 balls you need.
You stop.
I'll be your jugs machine. Yeah, Tanny, sir, you're torturing people. Stop it. Outstanding size, looks the part, measuring the tallest and heaviest of any tight end of the combine. Also tied for the most bench press reps, 24 among tight ends at the event. Carries his weight well. Solid hands and hand-eye coordination. Smart, instinctive. Has functional run after the catch ability. Outstanding production. Aligned inside and outside roughly an equal amount of time. Has versatility to create mismatches with his length from the slot. Weaknesses.
The most important thing right now is the
Stop
system
it.
of football.
You've got to stop. Allows the ball into his body too much, likes to body catch, limited hip flexibility and knee extension to open up his stride. Clocked a 1.71 second 10-yard split, indicative of very ordinary initial burst. Not the dominant blocker expected for his size, competition level, could stand to improve his balance and core. Functional football strength, lunges and overextends too much. Registered 20.3% body fat at the combine, the highest of any tight end. Ran one of the slowest 60-yard shuttles. Could stand to improve conditioning and endurance. Did not regularly face top competition. Looked like a man among boys. His future is as a late bloomer with very intriguing size-speed ratio and sensational Division II production that projects well to the NFL game. Will require a year to adapt to the speed and physicality of the pros, though has upside potential to emerge as an eventual starter. Ashland tight end Adam Shaheen projects as a 3rd to 4th round pick. Kenny and Dixon, you're on the score.
Yes, from Ole Miss, Evan Ingram, tight end.
Oh, we're at a run on tight ends going on here. These must be Bears fans here. He's listed as tight end and potential wide receiver Evan Ingram of Mississippi, 6'3" and 3/8, weighs 234. Strengths.
We recognize as a football team the excitement around our team, the community's excitement around our football team.
No, they're not that excited.
Good release quickness off the line, sinks his hips and accelerates at the top of his routes to create separation, has a feel for coverage and finding soft spots in zones, creates mismatches in the slot with his length, has the speed to mismatch linebackers in man coverage, blazed the fastest 40-yard dash time at 4.37 of any tight end of the combine, faster than all but 3 wide receivers, none of whom weighed more than 200 pounds. Tracks the ball well over his shoulder, catches in stride, can climb the ladder in the red zone and pluck the ball out of the air. 36-inch vertical jump, good leaping ability, competitive runner after the catch, will run through some defensive backs. Willing try-hard blocker, good football intelligence, respected team leader, loves football, works at his craft to improve. A low 7.1% body fat percentage, exceptional endurance. Weaknesses.
We talk about it in terms of not being responsive to the Twitter terrorists, so to speak.
Why, Tanny? What did we ever do to you?
Twitter terrorists.
What did we do to you?
Oh, I could answer that.
Yeah, what did you ever do to us?
Has a narrow frame that will max out around 240 pounds. Lacks the build to be effective blocking in line. Just adequate playing strength. Does not attack the ball in crowds or compete easily for 50-50 balls. Makes some concentration drops in traffic and gets distracted by bodies. Lacks the...
Middle of play, just stops, is staring. Oh,
lacks the sand in his pants to anchor or stop a charge.
That's a new one to me.
Sand in his pants?
Yeah.
Having the
well, I get it, yeah, but that's
he
a new
lacks
one.
Sand in his pants. His future, a quick, athletic receiving tight end who emerged as the team's leading pass catcher as a senior. Similar to Dustin Keller, Ingram's strong combine showing enhanced his draft standing could push him into the first round. Rare size-speed ratio, could be a mismatch slot weapon. Projected as a top 40 pick, Mississippi tight end / wide receiver Evan Ingram. Checking off players, the scouting reports getting ready for the NFL draft with the Bears sitting at number 3. Outside of Myles Garrett, pretty much any of these names are possible for them, still in play. Down to Hoopston we go, and James will answer, who's your guy on the score?
Hey, guys. My guy is John Ross, wide receiver, Washington.
Ooh, speedy wide receiver John Ross, 5'10" and 3/4, weighs 188 pounds. Here are his strengths.
A team's win-loss record is greatly enhanced by winning games.
Rare explosiveness and top-end speed to close cushion and gain steps of separation vertically, as evidenced in a combine best 4.22 second 40-yard dash that stands as the best ever recorded. Accelerates to top-end speed instantly. Knows how to set up routes with stems and stutter steps to open the hips of defenders. Understands zone coverage and where to settle in soft spots. Can convert short catches into explosive big plays. Fearless working across the middle. Outstanding body control and in-air adjustments. Tracks the deep ball very easily. Dynamic with the ball in his hands. Excellent vision. Has 8 career return touchdowns. Weapon on reverses, jet sweeps, and screens. Extremely determined and focused, unselfish team player with great humility. Weaknesses.
How's Joe Paterno? We going to bring that back, right?
Lacks ideal length. Thin frame, prone to injury. Long-term durability should be a consideration. Has a small catching radius. Does not consistently high point the ball or attack it in the air. Could stand to refine the depths of his routes to become a more precise route runner. Underpowered blocker, lacking stature to sustain blocks. In sum, a dynamic playmaker in multiple phases of the game. Ross is a threat to score every time he touches the ball. Will bring a game-changing presence to an offense and return game. Injury history is concerning, given the rare speeds he travels with such a narrow frame. Ross is extremely tough, has shown he'll battle through injuries, an instant impact big play weapon. He projects as a top 15 pick.
Wow, seriously?
Washington,
top 15?
Top 15.
That's crazy.
Washington wide receiver John Ross.
No.
Sean is in Geneva, and he is on the score.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi, Sean. Who's your guy?
My guy is Raekwon McMillan out of The Ohio State University.
Raekwon McMillan, another year with a lot of Ohio State names being mentioned. Inside linebacker, listed at 6'1" and 7/8, weighs 240 pounds. Strengths.
We've got a dozen eggs, a quart of milk, a loaf of bread, a can of frozen orange juice, 6 small white onions.
You know what's amazing? I could listen to that guy read a grocery list.
Well, he just did. Outstanding size, with the biggest hands of any linebacker at the combine. Good body power and functional play strength, instinctive locating the ball, strong at the point of attack, taking on blocks, hits on the rise, physical tackler, fills with the proper shoulder and takes good angles, plays very hard with good effort, aggressive blitzer, capable of winning with power and savvy, matches up well against tight ends in coverage, good football intelligence to line up the defense, finished the season strongly. Weaknesses.
It sucks.
Lacks ideal foot quickness to always reach the perimeter. Over-aggressively bites on some play action and misdirection. Oh, he's a born bear. Shows some heaviness moving in reverse. Not fluid opening up his hips or explosive playing the ball. Limited coverage range. Showed up during combine drills with small distances he was covering in the wave drill. Can be outflanked by backs and man coverage and late to close on thrown balls in front of him in zone coverage. You picture the wave drill?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
What does this teach us? Nothing. It's just fun. The future of Raekwon McMillan, tough, instinctive middle linebacker in a similar mold as Manti Te'o and Curtis Lofton. McMillan made an immediate impact upon his arrival, has been a tackling machine for the Buckeyes since he arrived. Profiles as an immediate run-stopping specialist on early downs where he excelled in college, must improve coverage skills to stay on the field every down in a pass-first league. Still a top 50 pick is the projection for Ohio State inside linebacker Raekwon McMillan. Let's do one more for this edition of Who's Your Guy. It will be Elliot in Antioch on the score. Elliot, who's your guy?
Hey guys, my guy is Antonio Pipkin. If you've heard of him, he's a Division II quarterback out of Kiffin University.
I have indeed heard of Antonio Pipkin, and I'm going to tell you all about him. He is 6 feet and 7/8 of an inch tall. He weighs 225. Strengths.
And Rich, I'm very much a Beavers guy.
Has a strong, compact frame, well built to withstand contact, outstanding arm strength to drive the ball and uncork it deep. Very good escapability to shake the rush and create with his feet outside the pocket. Scorched D2 competition with regularity, could move the sticks improvising. Good run strength. Weaknesses.
Bush first caught my eye at the East-West game.
Footwork needs refinement, does not throw on balance, forces the ball too much, operated heavily out of the gun, did not cycle through NFL-style progression reads in a simplified offense, threw a pair of interceptions in the Senior Bowl, did not adapt well to facing better competition, needs to learn to take better care of the football. In total, an athletic, quick-footed, dual-threat quarterback with a physical talent to develop into a number 3 with continued refinement. Did not prove he was more than a big fish in a small pond at the Senior Bowl. Will require time to be molded. Antonio Pipkin, the Tiffin quarterback, is a priority free agent.
Bears.
No, they're looking
He
bigger
can
than
develop into a number 3.
He can develop.
Let's do it.
Hey, you got Mark Sanchez here, big fella.
Championship all the way.
Bernstein and Goff on 670 The Score. Dan Bernstein and Jason Goff present Who's Your Guy?
Brad, who's your guy?
My guy is Desmond King, cornerback, University of Iowa.
Who's your guy?
My guy is Corey Davis, receiver from West.
Oop, cut him off. Sorry. I didn't do that. Apologize for that.
The 815's guy is quarterback Deshaun Kaiser from Notre Dame.
My guy is James Conner, Pittsburgh running back.
I hope this isn't the same Greg in Lamont.
I hope it is.
Yesterday, but it might be. He's on the score. Greg.
Hi, Greg. I hope you're the same Greg from Lamont.
Why can't it be the same one?
I thought we had a rule, but not sure.
All right. Well, my guy.
Yeah.
My guy is Kenny Galladay from the Northern Illinois University.
My guy is Adam Shaheen, tight end from Ashland University.
Old Miss, Evan Ingram, tight end.
My guy is John Ross, wide receiver, Washington.
Elliot, who's your guy?
My guy is Antonio Pipkin, Division II quarterback out of Kiffin University.
We're rolling through names on Who's Your Guy, and we're loaded for bear again.
Let's get some good names in.
See, loaded for bear.
I know.
See?
You didn't have to point it out, though. A good rapper just lets the line resonate.
I'm not a good rapper.
Yeah, you are.
In Madison,
You're the
Wisconsin.
Drake of sports talk radio.
Well, I kind of am.
Yeah, you
no,
are.
Spiegel.
Old Jewish.
No, that's
feelings.
That's Spiegel's definitely the Drake, right?
Ooh,
right.
Now that I think about it, yeah. Nah, I didn't sell as many albums. Nah.
Madison, Wisconsin. Corey, you are on Sports Radio 670. Who's your guy?
My guy is Vince Beagle, linebacker, Wisconsin.
Vince Spiegel?
No, Vince Beagle.
Oh, okay.
Vince Beagle. He is listed as a left outside linebacker and strong side linebacker. 6'3" and a quarter, 246. Said he grew up on a cranberry farm, but that's not a strength or a weakness. It could be both or neither. Strengths.
I just had a comment about the Hawks. This is a big game tonight for them.
Outstanding size, good length to lock out and create extension. Strong at the point of attack, can leverage the edge. Good hand technician. Rips, swats, jerks, and flashes violence in his hands to disengage.
Got that done yesterday when I knew the Cubs were gonna block out the show. I was ripping and swatting and extending with my hands for 3 hours.
Relentless pursuit effort, moves quarterbacks off a spot and generates a lot of tackle production. Good football IQ, intense competitor, alpha leader qualities. The game is important to him. What's up?
Oh, keep reading because I just saw Vince Beagle's picture. Keep reading. I'm going to show you this picture as soon as you're done.
Weaknesses.
Take that for data.
Too upright in coverage with very choppy steps in reverse. Seldom asked to cover. Can be challenged to cover speed backs and tight ends. Average change of direction is confirmed by a 4.3 3-second 20-yard shuttle. Modest sack production. Is often a step late to arrive and struggles to finish. Ordinary initial get-off and explosion off the edge. The summary, a strong side 3-4 outside linebacker, primarily used to rush the passer. Beagle has some similarities to Brooks Reed. Could warrant some interest in a 4-3 front as a strong side backer or left defensive end if he bulks up, though it is at his best moving forward. See, that's a literal use of the term.
There it
moving.
is.
He's
moving
actually
forward.
moving forward.
Yes, you will allow for it.
Ideally suited for a 3-4 front. Very dependable, high-energy overachiever, can be trusted to play hard every snap and affect the game with his effort. High floor, low-ceiling pass rusher, warranting looks as a 3-position linebacker for teams running 40 fronts. Projected as a 3rd to 4th round pick.
Yeah, one of those solid young white men playing linebacker for Wisconsin over the last couple of years.
He's this year's version of Nick Kwiatkowski, who the Bears already
Tell
have.
me
moving forward.
if Vince Beagle isn't a juiced up Chris Bryant.
Oh, my God.
tell me that's not Chris Bryant, dude.
Looks exactly like Chris Bryant.
It's Chris Bryant if Chris Bryant would have spent more time in the weight room and also with an awful barber as well. But not Frank Barber.
Marion Barber.
But an awful barber as well.
Wow.
Doesn't it? It's strong-faced Bryant.
Yeah, but he even has like the happy resting Chris face.
Yes.
Right?
That's why I was like, wow, Chris Bryant is not only the NL MVP, but he's also going to be draft eligible next week.
He doesn't have the piercing blue eyes, though. He doesn't have
I don't
those,
know.
I
I can't see Mr.
Dave
Beagle's
is
eyes.
on the road, and he's on the score. Hey, Dave, who's your guy?
My guy is Adoree Jackson, cornerback, kick returner, USC Trojan.
I like Adoree
You're
Jackson.
a little guy.
Yeah, but he is listed as a nickel corner and return specialist. Adoree Jackson, 5'10", 186. Strengths.
Excuse me. Couldn't get to the cough button there in time. I didn't notice.
Wow. Pat Hughes not having any. 5'10"? They list him at 5'10"?
Yep. Exceptional athlete, very good ball skills and body control to make acrobatic interceptions, carries a swagger, plays with supreme confidence. Has rare track speed and big-time playmaking ability as a slot receiver and return man. Recorded a 1.53-second 10-yard split, indicative of exceptional short area acceleration and burst. Dynamic with the ball in his hands, explosive accelerating out of cuts, outstanding man-cover skills to ride the hip of receivers, explosive recovery speed to catch up when he falls out of position, outstanding ball skills. Very natural interceptor with exceptional hands, quick learner. Weaknesses.
Veteran baseball man Peter guy. That one's coming back for sure.
Very diminutive frame that could struggle to withstand the rigors of the pro game. Tied for having the smallest hands of any player at the combine. Undisciplined jumping routes, lets receivers buy him, is not an aggressive tackler, turns down some contact, plays small. Turns down contact for what?
Oh, Jesus.
Scouts have been turned off by his on-field body language, worried he plays too much with a track mentality as a tackler. Track interests could continue to compete with football in the future. The summary, a diminutive playmaking returner and offensive weapon with a reactive quickness, explosive burst, and ball skills to produce covering the slot. Has drawn comparisons from scouts to Titans' 2005 6th overall pick and Bengals cornerback Adam Jones. Having elite burst and playmaking talent, yet Jackson does not bring with him the same character concerns. He projects as a
second-round pick?
First-round pick.
Really?
According to Nolan Nawrocki, Adoree Jackson.
A deep corner draft, and he's a first-round pick. Okay.
Todd in Naperville, this is going to be fun because, Todd, who's your guy?
Davis Webb, quarterback from Cal.
Greg Gabriel's favorite quarterback.
The Christian Hackenberg of this year's draft.
Yeah, wasn't wrong about that either. Grizzled old
Spiking
bastard.
the ball on Christian Hackenberg for no reason.
All right, Davis Webb, quarterback, 6'4" and 5/8", 229. Strengths.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Scoop double G, but
Oh, God. Has a smooth stroke, clean release, can hum the ball effortlessly, outstanding arm strength. Registered 59-mile-an-hour ball speeds at the combine, can zing the ball into tight spots. Keen to pull safeties with his eyes, understands how to manipulate coverage. He also showed in the Senior Bowl very good field vision, can drop it in a bucket, delivers a nice deep ball. Film junkie, good preparation and work habits, effective pooch punter.
Well, I think Pete is going to get after him for that.
Weaknesses.
Bounce to this.
Down the street, smoking.
With Scoop double juice, ladies.
Who is that?
Charles.
That's Charles doing gin and juice?
Yes.
And what did he try to say? Wait a minute. When did this happen?
Why did he say ladies instead of laid back?
Because he's an idiot.
I believe you were in Hotlanta when this went down.
Oh, okay. All right. Bet. All right. I thought this was recent. Wow.
All right, the Davis Webb negatives, marginal foot athlete.
No hands.
Very deliberate in his setup. Struggles
Zero arms.
to escape the rush. Streaky passer.
Bunions on every toe.
Needs to be comfortable in the pocket to throw with accuracy. Is too easily flustered under duress, resulting in bad decisions. Does not carry a swagger in the clutch. not decisive triggering, tends to cruise on autopilot in an unsophisticated passing game, not requiring many pro-style progression reads, sight adjustments, or audibles, needs to learn how to better gauge his arm strength, especially from short to intermediate ranges, ball placement too erratic, throwing some dirt balls, and wide overshots, inconsistent mechanics. In summary, similar to Joe Flacco, Davis is not a naturally confident trigger man who's going to inspire confidence in teammates, needs a clean pocket to operate. Nonetheless, he possesses the size, stature, arm talent, and competitiveness to emerge as a functional winning starter down the road when the game slows down for him and he learns the nuances of an NFL passing game. Will require at least a few years of seasoning before he's ready. Nolan Nawrocki projects California quarterback Davis Webb as a
6th.
3rd to 4th.
What?
Quarterback, right?
But still, well, yes.
Quarterback. You know how this works?
No, just because you play the position doesn't mean you should be drafted.
Kevin in Valpo, you are on the score. I have one question, and it is, who's your guy?
My guy is Connor Harris, D2, the Player of the Year from Lindenwood University.
Wow.
Oh.
Digging in the crates.
Okay.
Lindenwood?
Lindenwood, Missouri University. Connor Harris, middle linebacker, 5'11 and 1/8, 242 pounds. Strengths, Stash Bash 2011. Has a low center of gravity, very good balance and knee bend, and a powerful base, keen eyes and instincts with a terrific nose for the ball. Highly anticipatory and noticeably a film junkie. And an actual junkie.
Yeah, exactly. He's been pumping black tar heroin into his veins for the last 4 years.
Fills downhill with urgency and flows well laterally. Loves to play the game, and it shows.
Oh, God. This is the Casey Urlacher.
Football! Rare tackling production. As an experienced 4-year starter, exceptional personal and football character.
Oh, there it is.
And is always seeking ways to improve.
In football. Was he Jay Lehman?
He could serve as an emergency punter.
What?
Emergency punter!
Do you need something punted?
Oh, my goodness. Who's going to punt this for us? I can.
He shows up with a picture of
Who
Pat
are
Manley.
you? I'm an emergency punter. Thank God you're here. What would we have done without you? This must be punted immediately.
This is my sidekick, Long Snapper Boy.
Hello. Why is he wearing a kilt?
Oh, shit. Why are we reading this guy's name?
I don't know.
Like, this is this guy's son or something like that. Continue. Though. I apologize.
Weaknesses.
Special guest here on the sidelines during pregame, Magic Irvin Johnson, and he took time to speak with Aaron Rodgers.
Had the shortest arms
to box with God
of any linebacker
ever.
In the combine.
He just didn't have any, actually.
His arms 13 inches long. No.
He's a baby.
A Tyrannosaurus. Now, they're 30 and 1/8 inches and could struggle disengaging against NFL big-bodied blockers.
Because he's got no elbows.
Can be hung up on blocks and at times plays small. Bench press 225 pounds only 18 times and needs to get stronger, regularly chewed on Division II competition. The future, an extremely competitive tackling machine with the instincts, toughness, and aggression to overcome his lack of height and establish himself as an immediate special teams contributor. Will push for playing time and could emerge as a dependable starter.
Oh, he sounds like my guy Paul Warlow from Atlanta.
Connor Harris, the middle linebacker from Lindenwood, projects as a
bouncer at Underground Nightclub.
4th to 5th round pick.
After all that,
I don't know.
After all of that,
tiny little
he's
arms.
Right.
The Chicago Baseball Game Day schedule presented by Mattress Firm. Cubs off, Sox off. Schedule brought to you by Mattress Firm. It's the final days of Mattress Firm's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get savings of a lifetime, up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and more. Only at Mattress Firm. Somebody drops off, you jump on. Who's your guy? More coming on The Score. We're in the middle of the Thursday edition of Who's Your Guy? We are a week out from the first round of the NFL draft, and we're kicking ass and taking names.
Not really.
No.
We're talking about a lot of 4th and 5th rounders.
Okay,
Give me some star power, damn it. I want some star power.
It's Zed in Schaumburg. Long time no talk. I have a feeling what university will be invoked here. Hello, Zed.
Hello there. Yes.
Who's your guy? Yeah, I know I'm right about this. Who's your guy?
My guy is the White Dozen Hester, Ryan Switzer, wide receiver from, guess where? UNC.
There it is.
Let's say Forrest Gump.
Ryan Switzer, listed as a wide receiver / punt returner. 5'8.5", listed. 181 pounds.
All right, Zed, here we go.
Strengths.
Today there was a preliminary hearing for Christopher Chipetti. He's facing charges that he was on a heroin high right there in the classroom. Hey, Christopher, anything to say about all this?
Roll Tide.
Chris Chipetti's two-word comment of Roll Tide, a fan loyalty reference to the Alabama University Crimson Tide football team.
Thank you for your descriptive sentence.
Excellent agility to win at the line of scrimmage is confirmed by tying with the fastest 20-yard shuttle of any receiver at the combine. Instinctive finding soft holes in zones. Yeah, that's an instinct. Mm-hmm. And snapping out of his breaks to uncover. Runs crisp routes at precise depths. Can be trusted in critical situations. Sacrifices his body in traffic. Shows a healthy disregard for his body with the ball in his hands. Especially as a returner early in his career. Extremely confident. Weaknesses.
Chad, you're next with A.J. McCarron here inside the game.
Hey, AJ, roll time, buddy. How you doing? Roll Tide, Chad. I'm good.
Poor size, has small hands, needs to do a better job of securing the ball. 12 fumbles. Measured the shortest arms of any player at the
Does anyone have any long arms?
How do we get back-to-back the two shortest arm guys?
Well, Adoree had the smallest hands, right?
Right.
And the last guy had short arms, and this guy has the shortest arms.
Right.
The next guy will have no arms.
Shortest arms of anyone at the combine, and the shortest wingspan of any receiver, creating a small catching radius.
Always good.
Has a 32-inch vertical jump. Came across as
Brendan all of a sudden. Describing McCaffrey.
Weaknesses is Brendan McCaffrey. Came across as arrogant in team interviews.
Ooh.
And scouts have questioned whether he's a team player.
How can this guy come across as arrogant?
Hey, I'm 5'8.5" and I have tiny little arms.
Damn it, if you need to throw a guy open, it won't be me.
Gets discarded easily as a blocker. His future, a quicker-than-fast dynamic slot receiver who showed special skills as a punt returner early in his career. Switzer's shown improvement every year and will continue grinding away until he earns a starting job in the slot in the pros. Offers the most immediate value as a punt returner, though must prove he can stay healthy. Lack of size could challenge an inaccurate quarterback. The projection for Ryan Switzer, UNC wide receiver, I know
I've been wrong on all of these.
You're flustered on this, I know.
5th round?
5th to 6th round pick.
All right, there it is.
There you go. More in a moment. More Who's Your Guy rolling along. This is Vincent. Vincent is in Mokina, and he is going to answer this question. Vincent, who's your guy?
My guy is the all-time leading rusher in the American Athletic Conference for the University of South Florida, running back Marlon Mack.
Who cares?
Yeah, this guy's going to be out the league in 2 years.
Marlon Mack, 5'11 and 3/8, weighs 213 pounds. Strengths.
It combines class-winning and leading, technology and stuff.
Good muscularity, productive 3-year starter, runs with good anticipation, sets up blocks in the open field, takes good angles.
Sets up blocks?
Nifty feet to sidestep tacklers.
He's also the police. Sprinkle a little crack on him and get him out of here.
Urgent to go to and through the hole. As confirmed by a 1.5-second 10-yard split at the combine, tied for the fastest among backs. Competes hard. Catches the ball easily without breaking stride. Adjusts well to the low ball. Can snag it outside his frame. Has slot experience. And the plow experience. Solid combine performance. Weaknesses.
All right, folks, it is Ask Marty time.
Yeah.
Tonight's question comes from the Twitter handle LaymanJohn7. What is your biggest fear in life?
One of the big fears I have is dying in a hotel room by myself.
Well, okay, then.
Nice.
Yep.
A big bag of blow next to you.
Right.
And Craigslist open on the window browser.
Having a massive heart attack while having sex with a hooker. All right.
He was so I'm glad you asked. Yeah. I've been thinking about this.
I've been waiting for that question. All right. Weakness is high-hipped, a bit leggy, and runs upright, negating power and leaving his body open to take direct hits. Could be prone to lower body injuries. Lower body injury. Not a strong tackle breaker or ideally built to run inside. Likes to bounce wide. Average long speed. Much of his production is blocked for him. Fumbled every 54 touches.
Jesus. So he's going to give one up every other game is pretty much what you're saying here.
Could stand to do a better job securing the football. Limited blocking strength. Easily discarded. His future is a lean, upright glider with a finesse running style. Most comfortable in space and is ideally suited for a situational third down role in the pros. Durability can be tested against better competition. Marlon Mack, South Florida running back. What does that sound like to you?
4th round pick.
5th to 6th is his projection.
Okay, good job. Thank you for the Marlon Mack reference.
Matt in Lake in the Hills, you're on the score. Hey, Matt, who's your guy?
My guy is Wisconsin linebacker and the youngest of the trio of brothers, T.J. Watt.
Ugh.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm already annoyed.
TJ hasn't done anything to warrant that.
You know he will, though.
Yeah, without question.
He's going to be totally annoying.
He's working his way up into the first round, I'm seeing.
TJ Watt, right outside linebacker, defensive right end, 6'4.5", 252. Strengths.
Start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with pop.
Outstanding body length and growth potential with a frame that looks like it could carry 260. Very good motor. Chases, pursues, has a good closing burst, strings out plays to the sideline, has a fine club and jerk move. Where's his club? We should visit it.
Club and jerk move?
Yes, he's got a club and he's got a jerk move.
You get kicked out of certain establishments with that.
TJ, nice club, but that's kind of a jerk move. Plays with high energy.
This kid, by the way,
can be disruptive.
These Wisconsin linebacker pictures are hilarious.
Competes and plays hard, presses off blocks, pushes the pocket, flashes strength in his hands, has NFL pedigree, has a love of the game, transitioned quickly to defense, produced the most explosive broad jump of jump over them broads of linebackers.
All right, line them up outside there. You get that veal, you can pound that forever.
A 37-inch vertical jump. Weaknesses.
So why don't you just shut up and drive to work?
Lacks body power and plays too small. Gets pinballed by the double team. Plays upright. Lacks desirable hip flexibility to move in reverse. Limited coverage experience. Struggles to carry backs in man coverage. Inconsistent hand usage. Lacks variety as a pass rusher. Will get stuck on blocks without a plan. Only a one-year starter. Durability has been an issue. The summary, excellent-sized, high-motor, converted tight end, displayed flashes of becoming an impact player in his first season as a starter, has drawn comparisons to Clay Matthews with comparable one-year production, pedigree, and upside potential. Very much a developmental player that stands to be overdraft based on his last name. However, he plays more similar to Shea McClellan with a narrow base and limited power, yet could still evolve into a very dependable, productive pro if used to accentuate his strengths the way McClellan is in New England. TJ Watt of Wisconsin, what does that sound like to you?
He's going to be an end of first round, beginning of the second round player.
Second to third is the Nolan Nawrocki evaluation.
Dude, I'm seeing people at 28, 29 over and over again with that guy.
In Lockport, here is Joe. He is on the score. Joe in Lockport, who's your guy?
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback, Texas Tech.
There it is. They're getting us somebody here that people have been talking about. Patrick Mahomes, 6'2", 225, the son of 11-year MLB pitcher Pat Mahomes. And his strengths are as follows.
I walked on a plank with a captain of a boat named Gary, who knew a little bit about boats, not as much as me because I have 5 of boats.
Good size and strength in his body. Outstanding arm talent. Can drive the ball with top velocity and high RPMs. The only quarterback at the combine to register a ball speed of 60 miles an hour. Throws with fine downfield touch and accuracy from any location. Manipulates his arm and throwing platform with ease. Can alter his release point using an over-the-top sidearm or three-quarter delivery from a variety of angles. Makes some rare Elway-esque wow throws. Possesses the best arm rifle of any passer in the draft. Very good awareness and feet to maneuver, spin out of pressure, and find open throwing lanes and buy a second chance. Best 20-yard short shuttle time of any quarterback, and is effective sidestepping the initial wave, improvising on rollouts and bootlegs, where he has the ability to create magic on the move and convert broken plays into big chunk gains. Oh, I loved his work back in the day. One of the great jazz men of all time, big chunk gains.
Ladies and gentlemen, big chunk gains.
Functional run strength and zone read option runs, exceptional competitor and overall production. Weaknesses.
Get your hand off my penis!
Well, no, please don't. Erratic decision maker with double-digit interception totals the last 2 seasons. Operates heavily in a simplistic shotgun spread offense that calls for one-look reads to many stationary targets. Overly reliant on his extreme arm talent. Gets careless with his mechanics and unorthodox delivery. He only gets careless with the mechanics after they work on his car, though. Oh, too often throwing off his back foot from odd angles and even attempting left-handed passes on the move.
He's got a little farm in him.
Has average agility and scrambling ability. Avoids few tacklers in the open field. Will press to make plays and force the ball into tight spaces. 17.6% body fat percentage, greater than some lean linemen. Could stand to improve conditioning. Needs to take better care of the football on the move with 18 career fumbles. Has a .448 career winning percentage. The total. Fearless, improvisational, pocket passing, play action, air raid gunslinger with a flair for the big play, yet a knack for still making too many boneheaded high-risk throws.
A little Cutler in him, doesn't he?
Runs to set up the pass, can invoke fear in defensive coordinators with his flame-throwing arm talent, Houdini magic, and pocket-moving passing skill. An unrefined gamer with terrific upside. Mahomes could ideally fit in a downfield passing attack, such as Arizona, Buffalo, or Pittsburgh. Could ideally use a year as a backup in an NFL offense to acclimate to the sophistication of terminology and become familiar with the complexity of coverages he'll see. Pure physical talent could allow him to have the longest career of any passer in the draft.
From the combine till now, he's been the highest riser. He's the guy that's rocketing up the boards.
He is a projected top 40 pick.
Yeah.
And probably higher than that.
Yeah, he's going to be somewhere around top 20.
That's Texas Tech quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Jake is in Champaign. He's on the score. What's happening, Jake? Who's your guy?
My guy is Zane Gonzalez, kicker, Arizona State Sun Devils.
We've gotten to our first place kicker of Who's Your Guy. Zane Gonzalez, 6 feet and 1/2 inch tall, 202 pounds. Strengths.
You shut your mouth, you white honky.
Oh, wait, they don't even do strengths and weaknesses.
God,
they don't listen.
Hell?
Look, they don't do strengths and weaknesses for kickers. It just has the overall.
He's just a kicker.
It just wow. It does say should be the first kicker drafted. It says extremely accurate 4-year starter with a weapon of a leg to connect from long range, connecting on 7 of 9 beyond 50 as a senior. Very swift, rapid swing. The ball pops off his foot, generates excellent distance on kickoffs, very disciplined, works at his craft. Oh, they give it away here. Could be drafted in the middle rounds and plugged in to stabilize a kicking job for the next 10-plus years. Should be the first kicker drafted, an instant starter, and on trajectory to become a steady 10-plus year pro. Zane Gonzalez, a 3rd or 4th round pick. Place kicker from Arizona State.
All right, there it is.
One more today. Sean in St. Louis. Sean, who's your guy?
Leonard Fournette, running back, LSU.
All right, yeah, you wanted talent?
Let's go.
Jay, you wanted talent, you got talent.
A guy who I thought was going to be Bo Jackson-esque last year and then this year.
Leonard Fournette, 6 feet and 1/2 inch tall, 240 pounds. Strengths.
How do you keep them away from temptation with the hustlers everywhere? So they go out with a girl, and the girl is going to say, hey, you raped me. There's drugs everywhere. They're giving the kids the drugs for free, all right? How do you keep them away from that?
What? Runs angry behind his pads with good forward lean, rarely is knocked backwards, explosive out of his stance from the first level to the second, running back best 20-yard split at the combine that will help rack up chunk runs. I said this before. I don't want chunk runs. It just sounds like
you want ones that are. If you're gonna have them, you don't want them to be chunky.
That's the worst possible thing to rack up chunk runs.
Just blast.
Has the top end speed to run away from defenders. Powerful tackle breaker who drops his shoulder and steamrolls tacklers. Carries defenders on his back. Good eyes and cutback ability. Can stick his foot in the dirt, make sharp cuts, and explode upfield. Nice spin move in the hole. Much of his yardage comes after contact. Does not go down easily. Strong stiff arm, solid face-up blocker, effective chipping defensive ends, catches the ball easily outside his frame, extremely tough, competitive, and physical, big play potential as a kick returner, and has shown he can take it the distance. Weaknesses.
Some of the guys that have come from Cuba, we had Orlando Hernandez with us. I asked him how he got away, how he moved from Cuba, because the darkness of night in a boat. Yeah. And I said, how was that? He goes, we got lost. I said, you got lost? He goes, yeah, and the captain of the boat wanted to go back. I said, how'd you change his mind? He goes, I put a 38 under his chin.
His gun, yes.
I said, really? Here's the 2-2.
Just the same thing Dr. Steve Brule did to Boatman Ed.
Attempted murder, apparently, not to be interrupted by the curveball coming.
Wow.
My God.
Sheer force and violence with which he runs could invite injuries. Seeks to initiate contact so much he will trip over his own feet. Shut down versus Alabama the last 2 years, albeit against stacked boxes designed to take him away. Limited pass protection experience, is not often asked to block, could still improve blocking technique and do a better job bending his knees. Lacks fluidity as a route runner, swiveling for the ball, did not consistently catch the ball cleanly in combine drills. Just a 28.5-inch vertical jump, tied for the second lowest among backs. Weight has tended to drift north of 230. Increased weight could affect long-term durability. 14.4% body fat percentage, among the highest for backs. Did not lead the team in rushing due to missed time and nagging injury. However, his future, tough, decisive downhill runner with the hip strength, body power, and physicality to consistently churn through contact and create chunk yardage, yet also possesses the long speed to create explosive big plays. A complete every down back and a rare category of talent, physically gifted enough to have made the jump from high school to the pros had he been allowed. Fournette is a generational talent in the same category as all-time greats such as Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker, and Jim Brown exiting college. A bell cow capable of carrying an offense and wearing down defenses, was at his best when healthy in 2015, would be most optimal playing in the 220s. He is a projected top 10 cinch. That is Leonard Fournette, running back from LSU.
Yeah, the Zeke Elliott effect. We're going to see who gets antsy and wants to take a running back in that top 6 or 7. Should be interesting.
Doing work here. All very, very good stuff. Who's your guy? There will be more coming your way.
Dan Bernstein and Jason Goff present Who's Your Guy?
Madison, Wisconsin. Corey, who's your guy?
My guy is Vince Beagle, linebacker, Wisconsin.
My guy is Adoree Jackson, cornerback, kick returner, USC Trojan.
Davis Webb, quarterback from Cal.
Who's your guy?
My guy is Connor Harris from Lindenwood University.
My guy is the White Dozen Hester, Ryan Switzer, wide receiver from guess where? UNC.
My guy is University of South Florida running back Marlon Mack.
My guy is Wisconsin linebacker and the youngest of the trio of brothers, T.J. Watt.
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback, Texas Tech.
What's happening, Jake? Who's your guy?
My guy is Zane Gonzalez, kicker, Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sean, who's your guy?
Leonard Fournette, running back, LSU.
That's what we're doing. Your turn to tell us who your guy is. So let's get right to it on Sports Radio 670, The Score, on the Bernstein and Goff Show. I have the NFL Draft 2017 preview written by Nolan Nawrocki, and he's providing these opinions. Bristol, Illinois, our first stop. It is Kenny. Kenny, who's your guy?
From Eastern Washington University, Cooper Kupp.
My guy!
Cooper Kupp is a wide receiver. He stands 6'1" and 5/8". He weighs 204 pounds. Strengths.
We got to stay in the family, right? I love you like your brother, Frito, but don't ever go outside the family again.
Yeah.
Frito.
The Frito Bandito, yes. I love you like you too, Dorito.
Hey, Funyun, I got to tell you, man. Get my guy at all.
Funyun, get in the boat. Right. Strengths: experienced 4-year starter with NFL pedigree. Outstanding size, efficient route runner, makes sharp speed cuts at precise depths, understands how to vary his speed through zones and where to settle, plays faster than he times, good functional football playing speed, extends outside his frame, makes difficult off-target catches high, low, and behind him, is not fazed by traffic, rises to the occasion on big stages, proved he could beat better competition, soft, natural hands, extremely smart and competitive, high football IQ, versatile, lines up at every receiver position, diligently works at his craft, understands football concepts and how an offense is designed, thinks like and aspires to be a coach. Excellent career production, very durable, has return experience, and serves as the holder on kicks. Weaknesses. Yeah. Could struggle with aggressive press coverage in the pros, ran a pedestrian 40 time, recorded a 31-inch vertical, lacks weight room strength, could stand to improve his physicality as a blocker. In total, a savvy, smart pros pro with an advanced understanding of the receiver position. Cup compensates for a lack of elite physical traits with exceptional toughness, instincts, and competitiveness.
Yeah.
It has the wiring to will his way into a starting role. This is just
Jim Rat's
this
coach's son.
Dripping with whiteness. This might be the whitest prospect of all time.
I was waiting for it to get there, and it got there quickly.
Physically could be initially challenged by the advanced speed of the NFL game, will overcome it with preparation, and has the savvy to acclimate very quickly to a slot role. A projected
third round
pick. You nailed it. That is Cooper Kupp, white person.
See, I'm interested in hearing if anybody does Christian McCaffrey, because you can't attach all the usual tropes that are attached to white guys that play NFL football to Christian McCaffrey.
In Lake Zurich, it is Brad. He's on the score. Brad, who's your guy?
Hello, boys.
Hello, Brad.
My guy is defensive end DeJuan Smoot, University of Illinois.
DeJuan Smoot.
Real player.
6'3 1/8", 264 pounds. Strengths.
When is Derek going to be ready for the playoffs?
Very quick, active hands, plays on his feet with good balance and bend, has good closing burst to the ball, good functional play strength to invert the line of scrimmage and work off blocks, strong tackler, flashes ability to convert speed to power, plays with good discipline, understands defensive concepts, solid football intelligence. Weaknesses.
What church you go to?
I don't go to a church. I'm Jewish.
Huh?
Has very small hands and a body that appeared underdeveloped at the combine, just adequate takeoff speed, could improve the close at the top of his rush, has a 29.5-inch vertical jump, lacks elite closing burst to take the corner consistently and win with speed, struggled matching up with the power of Western Michigan's Taylor Moton, appeared too upright and uncomfortable playing on his feet in linebacker drills. His future is as a strong base 4-3 end with the strength to stack the corner and enough agility and pass rush skill to generate some edge pressure and move the pocket. Left evaluators consistently desiring more after a sensational junior season that placed him in the first-round conversation, though has athletic tools to work with and eventual starter traits. He projects as...
I'll go second to third.
Very good. That's exactly what it says. Second to third round pick for DeJuan Smoot. Lincoln Square. Greg, you're on the score, and you have a question, Greg, to answer. The question is, who's your guy?
My guy is Taco Charlton from Michigan.
5th overall pick, just because he's a Michigan man. No, Taco's a damn good player.
Watched plenty of Taco Charlton, the defensive left end.
He's not going to be the 5th pick.
6'5 5/8", 277 pounds. Strengths.
Taco lovers.
Looks every bit the part of a star NFL pass rusher. Prototypical build, outstanding body length, fluid movement skills, and very good athletic ability. Good edge-setting point of attack strength, covers ground in a hurry when he opens his stride, very good closing speed, reflected in a 20-yard split among the fastest of D-ends at the combine. Secure tackler, long arms to corral ball carriers, has the length to disrupt passing lanes, proved he could produce on big stages. Weaknesses.
Mike Murphy out in San Francisco.
Not far enough. Unpolished and inconsistent, career has been marked by underachiever tendencies. Needs to refine his hand use and learn how to create a pass rush plan. Motor idles too much. Does not play with consistent intensity, disappearing for stretches. Can be late to find the ball. Ordinary 10-yard split for a pass rusher, tends to play too upright, overly analytical processor, does not trust his eyes and plays slow. Only a one-year starter, benefited from being surrounded by a very talented supporting cast that created more one-on-one situations. In sum, an exceptional size, thick-bodied, long-limbed base end with the scheme flexibility to fit into a 30 or 40 front, took time to put it all together, remains one of the most polarizing prospects in this year's draft. Made his senior season his best, is on a path to become a very solid starter and potential star, though can be expected to take another 3 seasons before he emerges as the type of unique talent he's capable of becoming. May always be challenged to avoid complacency and to sustain a level of excellence, is likely to be motivated by contract years.
Mm-hmm.
Projected
first-round pick.
Top 50 pick.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a damn good player.
That is Taco Charlton of Michigan.
Michigan, the entire team is getting drafted this year. That's why they're going to be average next year, probably.
Antonio in Bolingbrook is on the score. Antonio, who's your guy?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
So I kind of want the Bears to draft this guy solely so I can wear the jersey, but safety out of Ohio State, Malik Hooker.
The much-talked-about Malik Hooker, free safety, 6'1", 206. Strengths.
And then there was Chicago's Dan Hampton, the Manimal.
Not really. Good body length, long arms, the biggest hands of any defensive back at the combine, exceptional range and ball skills to leverage either half and play center field. Superb recovery speed to adjust and even bait quarterbacks to throw the ball. Natural interceptor, plays the deep ball like a receiver, reads quarterbacks' eyes, adjusts his path with a knack for undercutting routes. Exceptional athlete with the ball in his hands, returning interceptions. Outstanding man cover skills and zone instincts. Very explosive, popping out of his breaks. Highly competitive. Has been a gunner on the punt team and on the edge for the field goal block team. Weaknesses.
Can you express in words what that means to you?
Oh, all the time. I try to every weekend.
Thin and leggy and needs to add some mass to his frame to better withstand contact. Only a one-year starter. Is still learning the nuances of diagnosing route concepts. Can be over-aggressive biting on double moves. Still developing awareness. Can be choppy in his pedal. Allows some separation at the top of his routes and man coverage. Could stand to do a better job of breaking down in the open field and securing tackles in space. His future is an athletic phenom with a rare combination of range, ball skills, and playmaking ability on the back end to emerge as a perennial Pro Bowler. If he can add some bulk to his frame and avoid injury, the sky is the limit. Has the greatest upside at the safety position in this year's draft, though injury situation will likely leave him on the PUP list to begin the season and introduces a lot of risk about how he'll recover. Hooker is easily the most talented, rangy ball hawk and top safety prospect in the draft from a talent perspective, though the grade reflects durability concerns. A projected first-round pick, Ohio State free safety, Malik Hooker.
Top 7 or 8. That guy is Ed Reed's name's being thrown around with that dude.
Ooh, heady stuff. Patrick in North Aurora, you're on the score. Who's your guy?
Hello, boys.
Hello.
My guy is Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle, Alabama.
Dalvin Tomlinson of Alabama.
Roll down Tide.
Listed as
thank you. Deep? Wow.
Listed as a nose tackle, 6'2" and 7/8", 310 pounds. Strengths.
And this guy right here understands and knows what leadership is all about. The coach, the Hall of Famer, Dick Butkus.
One of my favorite sound bites of all time. The introduction of Dick Butkus. It was, and the look on Mike Ditka's face was just great too.
Shut up.
Micah's Ditka.
He called him Dick Butkus. That's Governor George
And this
Ryan.
guy right here understands and knows what leadership is all about. The coach, the Hall of Famer, Dick Butkus.
The punctuation on it, too. It's Dick Butkus. Nice.
Dalvin Tomlinson's strengths, extremely tough, plays with a good base and balance, outstanding strength at the point of attack, can handle the double team, strong, forceful tackler, 4.59 20-yard shuttle, very good short area burst. Received consistently high marks from executives at the Combine for his exceptional football intelligence and understanding of the game. A coach's favorite, known for annually claiming the team's Ironman Award in the weight room since he entered the program. Weaknesses.
Another thing, how come the Cubs did not make pocket schedules this year, the cheap bastards?
has some heaviness in his movement. Much of his production is schemed for him and flushed from a very talented front. Marginal career sack production, was not often asked to work edges and turn the corner. Only a one-year starter. Durability must be evaluated. In total, a big, strong, square-cut power rusher with the football intelligence and passion for the game to control gaps and factor readily as a movement nose tackle. Was asked to stack and shed from a read-and-react role more than attack gaps, yet possesses enough power and quickness to be more productive than he was as a senior. What say you?
Dalvin Tomlinson. I'm going to go 4th or 5th round.
2nd to 3rd round pick.
Really?
On the board for one Nolan Nawrocki. Okay. We're going to do more of this. 312-644-6767. Who's your guy? Continues on the score. Setting them up and knocking them down, getting our scouting homework done because we're running out of time. So let's get to as many of these as we can before we do more. We're only on until 5:30, so we have to be judicious with our time. Joe Colley is going to be joining us after the top of the hour. Jerry in Vernon Hills. Jerry, you're on the score. Who's your guy?
My guy is Dare Ogunbowale, running back, University of Wisconsin.
Dare Ogunbowale is 5'10" and 3/4, 213. Strengths.
Thank you very much. What was that, Baldy McPherson? What was that? McGrindy. Let's go to, okay, enough of the Gillette. Lose it.
Jackass.
Ass bag.
Clown.
Functional outside.
Stupid mustache. Your dumbass hair.
Functional
antiquated show.
Outside stretch zone runner.
Catch you on sight and dropping your ass.
Runs hard, battles for extra yardage after the catch, can sidestep and shake tacklers in the open field, takes excellent care of the ball, carries high and tight. Effortful blocker, showed he could handle pass protection at the Senior Bowl, extremely intelligent and assignment sound, excellent weight room worker, terrific personal and football character, represents the program very well, very durable, has not missed any time due to injury, quick learner, has kickoff return experience, and initially earned his way on special teams. Weaknesses. Southside Jim, you're on the score.
Yeah, is this the Penguin?
Is this
Bernstein?
The
Yes, yeah, I call you the Penguin because I saw you in person and you look like Danny DeVito.
I was wearing a tuxedo, probably.
Yeah, did they throw fish at you?
Tanny digging in the crates today.
Yeah, old stuff. A very lean build, small hands, below average foot speed for a third down back with developing run instinct, stutter steps too much, does not accelerate to and through the hole. Ordinary agility, marginal tackle breaking strength to carry a load between the tackles, tends to run a tad upright, leaving his body susceptible to contact. Tightness in his body that's noticeable when adjusting to the thrown ball, resulting in drops. Only a 28.5-inch vertical jump, lacks power and pass protection, can be overwhelmed by the blitz. The future, a classic overachiever. With the intelligence, toughness, and wiring to contribute readily as a core special teamer, potentially work his way into a rotation on third downs, lack of foot speed could limit opportunities in the backfield. Dare Ogunbowale is a
5th to 6th round pick.
You got it. You're doing great.
Yes!
Charles in Orland Park is on the score. Charles, who's your guy?
My guy is Dan Feeney, offensive guard from Indiana.
Dan Feeney, offensive right guard and center, 6'3" and 7/8", 305 pounds. Strengths.
I'll be there in the morning. You can try me, fatso.
Experienced 4-year starter in the Big Ten, rolls off the ball flat-backed.
Take it easy.
Runs his feet on contact, washes defenders down the line, flashes some shock in his punch. Can create movement at the line, plays with good wide base and balance and pass protection, good anchor and grip strength to latch onto and control defenders, anticipates the blitz and stunts, has recovery quickness to switch off and adapt to pressure, versatile, has played inside and outside, showed he can handle playing center, tough, focused, example leader, gritty, old-school temperament, and blue-collar approach to the game. That's why I like him. Respected team leader. Weaknesses.
All right, obviously this team is not where you want it to be this season.
You think? You think?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
Slightly undersized for a guard, some tightness in his body, lacks fluidity and movement, pops up out of his stance too often, could play with more consistent leverage and knee bend, is a bit top-heavy, will lunge at times, lose balance, and get overextended. Hands will shoot wide of target. His future, tough, scrappy, competitive inline blocker with the strength and movement skill to readily become an NFL starting right guard and enough versatility to play inside or outside and fit in any kind of scheme. Similar football playing talent to Richie Incognito, though with stronger football character. Dan Feeney projects as a...
Well, he's one of the top 2 guards in the draft, so I'm going to go second round, third round?
Second or third round.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Wow, outstanding. Playing Who's Your Guy on Bernstein and Goff, getting you ready for the NFL draft. It starts Thursday night, and we're going to be at Cork and Kerry in Beverly, part of a full-blown draft coverage.
Yeah, 1 to 10 p.m. We'll be out there, and Hub and Joniak and Thayer and Dan Pompey. Manley, Tiger, Jordan, Jesus. Everyone is going to be out there covering the NFL draft.
Jeff and Wheaton, you're on the score. Who's your guy?
I got a guy from plays high school ball at Marmion Academy in Aurora, Ryan Glasgow, University of Michigan.
A lot of Michigan guys.
Ryan Glasgow, defensive tackle, 3 technique, 6'2", and 7'8", 302. Strengths.
We forced 6 and only recovered 1. It'd be great to force a 7th and recover.
Oh, boy.
All right, hold on.
Oh,
hold back.
That was the referee. That was the referee.
Well,
goodness gracious sakes alive.
He was
unbelievable.
Hope my girls aren't listening.
Oh, my God.
Please, your girls have heard worse than that.
They've said worse than that in the back of pickup trucks.
Extremely competitive. Keeps working to find the ball in pursuit. Plays hard with very good energy. Much of his production comes from second effort. Goes to the whistle. Uh-oh.
There's one texture who doesn't understand why this is funny, and it keeps happening, by the way.
Well, this is funny because we're not done with strengths yet, and one of his strengths is his second effort and how hard he tries.
There it is.
Strong tackler, alert to screens, setting up, reacts quickly. Football's very important to him. Respected vocal team leader.
Of course he is.
Has NFL pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
Weaknesses.
You know, I played against the 85 Bears team in 86.
Limited body control, plays a bit tall. Limited body control.
he just falls. He loses his faculties every once in a while.
Can be knocked off the spot and struggle to split double teams. Bench press 225 only 20 times. Needs to continue improving his strength. Too often leads with his chest.
Say it with your chest.
Could stand to do a better job using his hands. That's an idea, to disengage from blocks. The summary, try-hard overachiever who's lined up as a 3 technique and nose tackle in college. More ideally suited for a role on the nose in the pros, could provide depth in a rotation.
Michael Stonebreaker, ladies and gentlemen.
His draft projection?
Ryan Glasgow. 4th or 5th?
5th to 6th.
Okay.
Next, it's Juan in Naperville. Juan is on the score. I ask you, Juan, who is your guy?
Hola, my guy is my fellow countryman, Antonio Garcia from Troy. Gracias.
I think that was a bit.
Because I was going to make a joke, and then he took it there.
Antonio Garcia, left tackle, 6'6" and a quarter, 302. Strengths.
Pavarotti, friend of mine. Great friend of mine.
Been dead for 10 years. Has a strong trunk and very good body length, lean athletic frame, natural knee bender, good recovery speed, carries his weight very well, very light on his feet, excels mirroring his man in pass protection, led all offensive tackles with a 31-inch vertical jump, displays a mean streak, flashes nastiness in his play with a bad-tempered football disposition that shows up through the whistle and in kick slide drills when he jarred a fellow participant with his punch in a non-contact drill. All right.
Wow.
Plays angry, seeks to bury defenders, rises to the occasion against better competition, matched up well with speed at the Senior Bowl and flashed power. Weaknesses.
Whoa, look out! Duck! Whoa!
Thin-waisted, not naturally big-boned. Very inconsistent with technique and awareness. Can be laid off the ball, uses a narrow base, and flat-out whiffs at times, stopping his feet. First move is often too straight up, plays tall, relies overly on his athletic talent too much, overextends, could do a better job of keeping his feet underneath him, anchoring and pass protection, will require some extra reps to assimilate a game plan. His future, a lean, quick-footed left tackle with good finishing strength and an old-school football temperament that'll resonate with NFL offensive line coaches. Has the athletic talent of a future All-Pro if he can learn how to harness his aggression, play with consistent technique, and steady his hot and cold performance. Has starter-quality feet, bend, balance, and recovery speed. Most of his flaws are correctable. Antonio Garcia, tackle from Troy, is a...
3rd or 4th round pick?
4th to 5th.
All right.
Not bad.
Overdrafting.
Monty in the South Loop is on the score. Monty, one question, and you answer. Who's your guy?
I like him big, thick, and juicy. Michigan tight end Jake Butt.
My man.
Well presented.
That's going to make the open for next year.
Yes, Jake Butt, tight end. Michigan, 6'5.5", 246. Strengths.
Kyle Long has come a long ways from people throwing pencils against the wall in terms of his pick to where he's at now.
Shade from Phil
shot
Henry.
for a Hub. One of them still got a job, though.
Yeah, Hub still employed. Crisp route runner uses head fakes, jabs, and gear change to set up defenders. Good body length and body control. Adjusts well to the ball in the air. Makes some difficult contested grabs in the red zone. Effective settling into zones on option routes and creating some separation from linebackers. Willing to work across the middle. Will catch on contact. Urgent turning upfield after the catch, has good run vision to weave through traffic, willing get-in-the-way blocker, capable of walling off Sam linebackers and sealing second-level defenders, solid football character, humble, unselfish team player. Weaknesses.
Inside the Clubhouse, presented by Motorworks. Nobody works like Motorworks to earn your business. Chicago Sports Radio, 670 The Score, 670thescore.com. Chicago Sports Station.
That's a different...
different
company.
Yes.
Murder Works.
Arms measured the shortest of any tight end at 32 inches. A short 77-inch wingspan. Could stand to add some bulk and improve his core functional football playing strength to match up against physical base ends. Not a consistent finisher. Allows linebackers to slip off too frequently. Limited body power to barrel through contact and break tackles. Lacks top-end speed. Could struggle separating from tight man coverage in the pros. Not a true seam stretcher. Durability must be evaluated carefully following multiple knee surgeries. His future, good-sized underneath target, utilized most effectively on short crossers and drags, capable of contributing inline or flexed wide, potential to emerge as a solid all-around tight end if he commits to getting stronger and learns to finish in the run game and more aggressively attack the ball in the air. Best traits are his hands, his route savvy, his short area receiving skills. Received some second-round grades from scouts during the fall. Though uncertainty surrounding a knee injury could knock draft value down a round or two and leave him on the PUP list initially as a rookie, likely will not be back to full health until 2018. Could wind up essentially redshirting. The projection for Jake Butt, Michigan tight end?
Oh, man, it sucks because he had that injury. 3rd to 4th?
Nicely done. Are you cheating?
I promise you I'm not.
Okay.
You're watch a little college football now.
I know. You're getting these
on
the nose, though.
Yeah, I'm doing better than yesterday.
Joe in Lisle is on the score. Joe, your turn. Who's your guy?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey,
Joe.
My guy is Dede Westbrook, University of Oklahoma.
Ooh, the intriguing Dede Westbrook.
Too domestic-y.
Wide receiver, return specialist, 5'11 and 7/8, 178. Strengths.
That would include Jews, gays, Muslims, Mormons, and, in all likelihood, Rex Ryan.
Are we talking about the White House cabinet?
Which party is this? Exceptional hands, excellent tracking the deep ball, great body control and playing speed, can separate vertically, works back to the ball very well, offering up an easy target for his quarterback, has a knack for continuing to work free on broken plays and uncovering, sets up D-backs with stems, nods, and double moves, knows how to open a defender's hips and create separation.
Take it easy.
Feasted on the play-action passing game, blew the top off defenses, has vision and competitiveness to produce with the ball in his hands and the urgency and balance to run through weak arm tackles, willing stalk blocker, efficient returner. Weaknesses.
Matt Barkley finished the season our starting quarterback, and he was not in the offseason and wasn't even in training camp. We'd like to probably not do that again.
Good work, Coach. Very marginal size, small hands, rail thin, lacks functional strength to beat press coverage, is easily altered at the line of scrimmage, can be phased by traffic in the middle of the field, lacks run strength after the catch, not a precise route runner, marginal strength as a blocker, easily discarded, benefited from one of the nation's best backfields that frequently drew extra defenders into the box, stiff-legged, requires extra stretching at practice. Character and maturity invite closer scrutiny, could require extra maintenance. In total, an explosive big play receiver who put himself on the map with one of the most impactful months of October in college football history. A natural-handed, silky, smooth-striding receiver who must prove he can overcome his size and strength limitations versus NFL defensive backs and continue maturing to reach his potential. D.D. Westbrook, wide receiver, Oklahoma.
I'm thinking with the character concerns, second-round pick.
3rd to 4th.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
Sean in Geneva, you're on the score. Who's your guy?
My guy is Ricky Seals-Jones, wide receiver, Texas A&M.
All right, Ricky Seals-Jones, listed also as a possible tight end at 6'4" and 5/8", 243. Strengths.
Anthony in New Jersey. What's up, Anthony?
Yes, Mike. I got one free agency target that I think he would fit perfect with the Giants.
Who's that?
The Gorilla.
I know it's coming every time, and every time I laugh.
Experienced 3-year starter in the SEC, offers a huge target in the slot with long arms to extend outside his frame and secure the ball. Good grip strength to catch on contact and compete for the ball in a crowd. Fights for the ball at the top of his routes. Understands how to use his body and length to fend for positioning and shield defenders. Has enough speed to threaten the seam. Willing blocker with a frame to add upper body strength and cover up linebackers. Weaknesses.
You are Brian Arakpo, all-pro linebacker.
We have to tell people. Lacks the foot speed to split wide and separate as a receiver. Marginal initial quickness off the ball, takes long strides, struggles to shake tight coverage, only shows one gear. Most of his catches are contested. Limited run after the catch strength and production. 28-inch vertical jump. Bench press 225 17 times, tied for the lowest among tight ends. No inline blocking experience, worked primarily out of the slot. No special teams experience, marginal red zone production. In future, excellent-sized, leggy possession receiver with enough size and foot speed to compete for a detached job as an H-back. Has a chance to earn a role as a number 3 tight end.
Yeah, when I saw him at first, when he first came out of high school, I thought he was going to be the next big thing. And he's a too small shoulder pad guy, too. 3rd or 4th?
Priority free agent.
My God.
Ricky Seals-Jones.
That was one of the top kids coming out of high school.
Not draftable.
He's a big, he got fat on him, though.
Brian in Lawrence, Kansas is going to close out 2017. Who's your guy as he answers that question? Brian, I want a name.
Carlos Henderson, Louisiana Tech wide receiver.
And that name is Carlos Henderson.
Way to finish strong, guys.
Carlos Henderson?
Way to finish strong.
Wide receiver.
You're making people up now. There is no one named Carlos Henderson
returner,
in Louisiana.
5'11",
nevertheless on a football team.
5'11", 199 strengths.
Riley Cooper went N-bomb in a Chesney concert and was caught in the dreaded cell phone camera. A quick aside is that I don't think Cooper's the first pro athlete to say such an epitaph.
Jesus, epithet. Playmaker with the ball in his hands, skilled runner, outstanding vision to make tacklers miss and create in the open field, good creativity and hand quickness to fend off the jam and shake free of the press. Catches outside his frame, natural ball skills to run underneath the ball, separation quickness to make plays vertically, accelerates with the ball in the air, plays with passion. Very good competitive playing speed, vision, and traffic burst as a kickoff returner, competitive blocker, tough, will battle through injury. Weaknesses.
Yeah, I know the Raider fans are popular in Mexico, too, because most of the Mexican fans that I've met are Raider fans. Look around. That's why it's so dark in here. A lot of people wearing black.
All right. I got you. I got you, John.
It just brings to mind Zach Zaidman's impersonation of West Coast sports radio.
Dude.
It's great.
There was a day when we could kind of have more fun with that.
It's so great.
Oh, my God.
Has some tightness in his hips with a very lean frame. Has been vulnerable to injury. Ran a simplified route tree. Will require some extra time to acclimate to complex NFL playbooks. Benefited from playing opposite Trent Taylor and regularly matching up against lesser competition. The summary, a lean, quick-footed, intensively competitive vertical receiver with a swagger and confidence to eventually earn a role as a number 3, if he can avoid the high volume of injuries that have been an issue throughout his career. A gamer who will compete readily for a job returning kicks. Carlos Henderson, wide receiver, Louisiana Tech, is...
not draftable.
4th-round pick.
I'm not going to draft him.
Okay, not draftable by you.
Yeah,
that I
not
understand.
Happening. All right, so another year of who's your guy in the books.
Well done.